All right, line parallel to a given line and equation of a line with a given slope. This is actually less work than when we found the equation of a line given 2 points. All right, so if two lines are parallel, okay, if you have parallel lines, you guys, what does that mean about their slopes? They are the same. Okay, so if you have parallel lines, they're tilted, right, the same way. That's their slopes. They're exactly the same. But their y-intercepts, if I were to actually put this on a grid right here, xy axis, then their y-intercepts would be different. All right, so we're going to be finding a new y-intercept, but keeping the same slope with a parallel line. All right, so find the equation of the line that passes through negative 1, 2, and is parallel to y equals negative 3x plus 1. So we're going to write down the point that they give us, the line that they give us, and maybe you should write, like, find a parallel line. So you know you're doing parallel lines in your notes. Okay. All right, so in order to have a line that's parallel to this line, we need to keep the same slope, okay? And that's the number that's in front of x. So whatever number is in front of x, we are going to keep that number, but we are going to have a different y-intercept. So instead of using this 1 right here, we put plus b, okay? Whatever the y-intercept was before isn't going to affect our new y-intercept, okay? So we're keeping the same slope. Now all we're going to do is plug in the point and solve for our new y-intercept, because the new graph has to pass through this coordinate point. This is an x, y coordinate point. So I'm going to plug 2 in for y, and I'm going to plug negative 1 in for x. Okay? Again, these two numbers right here, they are multiplying together. So negative 3 times negative 1 is positive 3. And then we're solving for b, so I'm going to subtract 3 from both sides. So b is equal to negative 1. That is not your final answer, okay? Your final answer is your new line that has the same slope and the y-intercept that we just found. So y equals negative 3x, and instead of plus b, we put minus 1. So this line is parallel to this line because they both have a slope of negative 3. All right, let's try another one. Find the equation of the line that passes through negative 2, negative 3, and is parallel to 3x plus 2y equals 5. All right, so this line right here is not in slope-intercept form, so we need to put it in slope-intercept form in order to find the slope. So the first thing we have to do, if they don't give it to us already in slope-intercept form, is solve for y. So we're going to subtract 3x from both sides. So I get 2y equals negative 3x plus 5. Put the x part first. And then we're going to divide each term by 2. So y equals negative 3 halves x plus 5 halves. Okay, this is the original line. All right, we need to find a new line that has the same slope, because it's parallel, and a different y-intercept. So I'm going to write first my new line with the same slope and put plus b. And in order to find the b, we need it to pass through this point right here. So again, this is an xy coordinate. So negative 3 gets plugged in for y. And negative 2 gets plugged in for x. All right, these two things multiply together right here. This means multiplication, so I'm going to put this over 1. If it's a whole number, put it over 1. The 2 goes into 2 once, and 2 goes into negative 2 negative 1 times, so we can cross cancel there. And then negative 3 times negative 1 is positive 3. And now we need to isolate b, so I'm going to subtract 3 on both sides, and we get negative 6 for b. Again, this isn't my final answer. Final answer, we need to plug in the parallel slope, and the minus 6 gets plugged in for b. So that's my new line, which is parallel to my original line. So the next one, find the equation of line that passes through 2, 3 and has a slope of negative 2/5. So this one does not say parallel lines, all right? But they're giving us the slope. So last time when we had 2 points, we had to like do the y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, right? This actually saves us a lot of time. They're giving us the slope. We just want to find that a line that has that slope and passes through that point. So all I have to do is y equals mx plus b. First we plug in the m, which is the negative 2/5 that they already gave us. So it saved us some time right there. And now we just plug in the x, y coordinate that they give us. So 3 goes in for y, 2 goes in for x. Okay, same thing as last time. You want to put that whole number over 1 and then multiply top to top, bottom to bottom, so you get negative 4/5. And solve for b, so we have to add 4/5 to both sides. We need a common denominator. This is 3 over 1, so we're going to times by 5 over 5, so that's 15/5. Plus 4/5 gives me 19/5 for b. And then, of course, our final answer, plug in the slope they give you and the y-intercept. You guys, you should always have an x and a y in your answer on these. So make sure you're always going back to that original. The m's plugged in, the b's plugged in, and you have x and y left in your answer. That's the same thing. Are we good? Okay.